drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up, oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's race day. 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 Crank it up.
No problem.
Yeah, I'm here. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to get seated. Yes, sir. 10-4.
Live indeed, race fans. Welcome back to PTM Racing TV, live from the showcase at Michigan International Speedway for today's action of the Pit Stall Summer Series. With only 3 races left in the season, now the chimes have changed and the challenge is engaged. Michigan International Speedway is next on their roster. Hi, everyone. I am the Crusader Christian Shriver, still living and breathing and speaking the ways of an Islander. Or at least I think that's what I'm at right now, but that's a different story. Anyway, we still got a few minutes left before we enter into the qualifying section of today's action here with a whole host of drivers ready to get down to business, get down and dirty here on the show. We'll listen in with a few of them right now as we bring in the first of our bunch here in the form of Tim Williams here. Tim, the 45 is looking strong as always and been strong as can be, but today in Michigan, more of a plate track centric track, but this is a track you've kind of known as well from the Pocono. How do you kind of translate that over to this place?
Well, I'm not sure. We're going to give it the best shot we can. Obviously, I'm having some problems with keeping off the wall, and the pit crew forgetting to change tires. So hopefully we'll do a little bit better this day.
I think you may be able to figure out how to get the Bubba Wallace crew out of there and maybe get yourself a little bit of that Kurt Busch crew somewhere in there.
I certainly hope so.
Fair enough there. Tim, thank you for your time here today, bud. Congrats. Good luck out here.
Thank you very much. We'll talk to you later.
Indeed, indeed. The 45, ladies and gentlemen, BK Paints, Tim Williams. Time to take a listen in now with another guy here piloting the Big 9. He is Mr. Corey Code. Corey, I just talked to you a little bit ago. My friend, how are you doing today?
Excellent, man. I really have no complaints whatsoever. How about you guys?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good over here. I'm still kind of rocking the Islander lifestyle here with a few triple screens, but I'm doing okay, I'd say.
I'd say so.
So, my friend, right now, as we're about ready to exit off of practice currently, you're looking at the qualifying times, looking at the practice times here. I would presume the track is not being too friendly on you for the speeds limit, or is that maybe you just kind of holding something back on these guys?
Well, truth be known, I actually had my wife cockpit the truck for a little while so I could take a picture of her driving it, and I think I'm actually going to put the suit on her tonight, so if I get a victory, it ain't because of anything I did.
Well, sometimes the ladies can outrun the boys, and we know that too well. But I mean, you know, there's still, Corey. I know this is going to be a big kind of racing deal here, and I know a bit of a challenge here for you and the guys. I have to ask you though. I mean, what is going to be the biggest spot, the biggest shot here you got to take on this track?
It's track position because if the cautions do not come and you don't qualify well, this thing can get spread out real quick in a hurry in just a few laps, and we all know how hard it is to make up time at Michigan.
We certainly do indeed. Well, Corey, the time has come. Get yourself into that cockpit, strap yourself in, get to the qualifying spot. We'll see you here in a little while, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Have fun.
You too, ladies and gentlemen. Corey Coe in the number 9 talking with us, getting ready for his battle and duel at Michigan International Speedway. Well, race fans, currently we are getting set to go here, but today's action is presented in part by our good friends at Fort Worth Screen Printing. Be sure to check them out at their fortworthscreenprinting.com website to check out all the latest products they can offer you as well as design up for you. Fort Worth Screen Printing is the perfect choice for your next holiday and occasions. Remember, guys, Christmas is not too far off, and, you know, even Halloween's just around the corner, so get yourself some spooky designs up, and maybe while you're at it, get a little festive. Get a little bit of that Christmas spirit as it comes near you. Also, be sure to check out their Twitch channel at John T. Garrett. John T. Garrett Twitch channel is always on the move and on the go. In the 66, you'll see him out here later. John Garrett looking to possibly put off performance and put off a drive today. Right now we are looking on at our first qualifying drivers of the day as well. Piloting in the big number 6. That is Mr. Poston there, and Anthony Poston, or Tony Poston, whatever you want to call him. Anthony Poston, though, is trying to post up a number here out of the gate. Meanwhile, as well, later on the track and on the fields, the 45 of Tim Williams and the 21 of Robert Kahn. The old rattlesnake is back at it. Remember, Kahn's been on a bit of a losing end here a little bit. He's been kind of struggling, but he has gained a victory back at Homestead Miami Speedway. So, I mean, not at Homestead, but a couple of weeks ago. So we'll have to see after that race in Texas. Maybe he can bring another one home. As our first qualifying times are now being set. And Tim Williams will get the first start up, 39.71. Anthony Poston post up a time just 100 of a second slower, 39.72 for the number 6. We'll have to keep a close eye on both guys right now as we lean our way back down the track in the number 54 DF Racing Chevrolet Silverado. You got to give the man his due, the man his word. Christopher Tate is on the board. Ty Marasco and DJ Mitchell laying down their times. Not enough to take down Tim Williams. They too will stay at their top spots. Christopher Tate is going to be driving a little bit more towards the outside, trying to build up some banking and speed. He's not going to want to go for anything too crazy out of the gate. He's going to try to drive a little higher up. He'll look towards the bottom later on as it looks like he's trying to stick towards that outside, gain the most speed and momentum. Robert Kahn, the Freightliner 21, not able to lay down a fast time, as we would say for his standards. Matter of fact, his time 300 of a second slower. That's actually slow for the Rattlesnake. So perhaps maybe he is starting to be kind of nudged back into the packs a little bit. We'll see on this qualifying time if he's able to bring something a little bit better to us here. Off the stretch, and his time, not enough. It's going to stay right about where he was at, top 4 for him. So his qualifying time remains the same. Christopher Tate lays down his time in the 54, and it's going to be the 8th slowest, off by 6/700 of a second to Tim Williams, is number 45. Right now, it is Tim Williams that caters and controls the bar. Now onto the scene in the big 98 machine. You got Michael Taylor now on the track in the Menard Chevrolet Silverado. We'll see what he can bring in the the Jaff Leaks beef jerky machine. Qualifying time now set in, and he will set, it looks like, a time in the top 10 for the start. As Christopher Tate, then the 54, finally gets a time on the bottom, lands a perfect time, and takes it Tim Williams with a 39.66. The 98 here of Michael Taylor going to try to stick to that strategy Christopher Tate used and stay to the outside till that final lap and drive it straight down the bottom. Look for the gain in the speeds. Lining him off down across the fields. You can see Taylor's time slow, but again, that's because he's trying to build the RPMs up. He's looking to build a drive off. He'll get up towards the top side now, looking for the final drive here. Let's see what Michael Taylor can do. Rainville has not laid down his time yet. He's looking to get that in. DJ Mitzel, the big 61, that's a top 5. This is looking good from Taylor, though. Swings to the bottom, rides the yellow line, needs a good exit off. Stay low. Stays low, take it to the grass. Don't get in that grass though, and the time sets. It will be a 4th fastest for Michael Taylor. He will lay down a 39.71 second time lapse gain. The 98 of Michael Taylor laying down a pretty good number. We'll have to see though if it will work out in the end. John Garrett also laying down the 9th fastest time of the bunch, so that will kind of settle him back down a few pegs. As the field currently gets squared away right now, we are seeing Len McNeese now still not on the qualifying radar here. We'll have to see if he is planning on qualifying or not. Let's take a listen in with him. Len, you got a copy down there, sir?
I got you.
Oh, we got you, my friend. Hey, good to hear from you again in that big 84. We have seen you kind of put the truck out onto the starting grid for the pit stop and pit road, but you don't seem to want to go out there and run a ride around. Are you just trying to kind of play it out for the race, or are you thinking maybe it's just best to save your equipment?
Well, I went out there to qualify on lap 1 and hit the wall, so I think that's pretty much knocked it out of it, so I just stopped while I was ahead.
Stop while you're ahead and make sure you don't kind of mess up anything else here. But I'll ask you this too, Len. I know we kind of missed that here, but with only about 4 minutes left, are the nerves kind of staying under control? Do you feel kind of the pressure kind of pinpointing up with these guys?
Oh, I'm just trying to figure out where they're getting all this speed at. I think I need to get a new engine in this truck. It's just not fast enough tonight.
For sure there. All right. Well, Len, nevertheless, we really appreciate you coming on board. Good luck in your race today.
Oh, thank you for bringing it up. Thank you for putting the broadcast up there for us.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, Len McNeese, number 84. Well, time to take a listen into our fastest qualifier here, ladies and gentlemen, in the Big 5-4. Christopher Tate now joins me. Christopher, 39.66, 400 second faster than one of the top dogs, and Derek Paulson and Tim Williams in that list. That's a murderer's row right there. You're just going to have to take on the start of this, my friend.
Good lap. Looking forward to the race. I think it'll be a fun one. Draft's going to be huge. Tire wear is going to be huge. So just got to maintain those two things and should be a pretty good run.
Definitely maintain those individual aspects as well as of the track. Now I got to ask you too. We haven't asked this yet here, but with a track like this, it's 2 miles in length. It is a D-shaped configuration, and we know how difficult that wide open banks like this on a 550 horsepower package can do to heavy trucks like this. How bad does that right front tear up with these trucks?
I don't really think it's going to be too bad. I don't know how it's going to be around other trucks, but I think if you're trying to send it down low underneath other people, it's going to wear it out pretty fast. You're going to push pretty back on those corners. So, smart thing to do to kind of be hanging back and just let people use up their stuff and just kind of go around them. But then again, it's always unpredictable, so just kind of have to go with the flow.
Absolutely, indeed. Well, nevertheless, though, Tate, I know this is going to be a wild ride ahead for you, but nevertheless, you're the fastest qualifier. Congratulations on that. We'll see you here in a little while, buddy.
Yeah, thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, the number 54 fastest time, Christopher Tate. A little bit low on our mics here as well. I don't know what was going on there, but he was. Well, we'll talk with him a bit. Also coming into the chat right now, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for DJ Mitzel here, as he is the 6th fastest qualifier so far as we get ready to round this out. But DJ, 6th fastest here with 10 drivers, and the times really close together if you really think about it. Michigan is no easy task. Do you think you're up for the challenge?
Yeah, can you hear me?
We hear you just fine, my friend.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, it should be fun. It's a big track. It's pretty much flat out most of the time. I don't know. We'll see what I got compared to everybody else. Should be able to stick with them for a while. We'll see if I can keep my tires clean for a while.
Yeah, I was just asking about that to Christopher Tate on the tires and how they were going to handle around here for your call. I mean, how much do you think really that's going to be just about staying within that draft as much as it's going to be about staying in the throttle?
Well, that's exactly it. You need to stay in the draft, and you also need to keep it wound up, so then you don't lose that momentum. So it will be a big deal there.
Absolutely. All right, whenever let's DJ, we appreciate your time. With 20 seconds left on the clock, I'd say it's easy to say you'll keep your 6th fastest time, and we can't wait to see what you can do with it.
All right, thank you.
DJ Mitzel, ladies and gentlemen, the number 6 seed in the 61. We're about to see if he can hang on to 6 and go for the win. And with about 5 seconds left on the clock, the bankings here in Michigan, wide as can be and big as can be. Back in the old days, it used to be one of the fastest and the toughest tracks to master at. You had multiple grooves and multiple lanes. The repave update did kind of do a number, though, to this track, unfortunately. However, in recent years, it has started to come back alive. And now, after all that has been encompassing and all that has been worked around, we finally seem to have it all dialed up and ready to go. And I swear, guys, this should be the last time I have to do this here with the technical difficulty screen to take a photo of our little map section here. See who is on this position and on the start. Sorry again, but hey, gotta do it. I'm on an island. What do you expect, guys? There's a satellite calling here. But nevertheless, here as my crew right now works down in Michigan International Speedway, time set, and we are ready to rock and roll. Let's take a look at our starting lineup for today's action here in the Pit Stall Summer Series at Michigan International Speedway. As I mentioned before, he was the number 1 seed. He will remain that. The number 54 is Christopher Tate, and his outside is Derek Paulson in the 17. Row number 2, the 45, pilots it by Tim Williams, is outside. The 98 is Michael Taylor. Row number 3, it's going to be the 51, Anthony Poston, is outside. DJ Mitzel in the 61. In row 4, that old rattlesnake, Robert Kahn, is in the 21, is outside. Ty Marasco in the 13. Row number 5, it is John Garrett, the 66, is outside. But Big 9, Corey Coe. Row number 6 is Brian Rainville. The 60 is outside. The 84, Len McNeese. Row 7 is the 292, Michael E. Campbell. It is outside. The 15, Nick Akier. The final starter, the big 72, Jeffrey Todd Tufts. Race fans, let's bring him out. It's time for the Pit Stall Summer Series at Michigan International Speedway. As they bring him around across the track here, race fans, the field sets in motion, sets them across the plains as we reel in the big beauties they are. It is time for the Pit Stall Summer Series to find out who is the one that can deal the challenge, the one that can fight off all and conquer on this tough to tame speedway with a big old heavy truck, heavy duty. Let's bring them off the front straightaway to the Fort Worth screen printing starting zone. Green flag is out, 100 laps to the distance. We'll send them off down into the first set of corners here in turn number 1. They'll get an early advantage to the number 17. Derek Paulson takes early run. 45 of Christopher Tate lays off for now. 3 wide though off of turn number 2. We are dead heated amongst the field. The 61 of DJ Mitzel wasting no time from the 6th slot. Moves into the 3rd. Now to the 45. He goes with Tim Williams in front. Ty Marasco even throwing his hat in the ring. There's a little bit of trouble though. Come off turn 2 and 4. We got big problems here. They've got no drivers all over the place. A huge wreck ensuing. Corey Coe into the wall protection, and a caution ensues. The Rattlesnake is in trouble as well for the first time in a long time. The Rattlesnake catches himself in a big wreck early on, and it's no genjutsu where he ended up. He ended up on the receiving end of these drivers. We'll take a look at the P-Team Instant Replay to find out what the heck exactly happened here. The P-Team Instant Replay does not lie. Here's what happened. Came off that corner, Anthony Poston trying to back off while the rest of the field gets kind of crunched up a little bit. And you can see, right, smashed right into the wall protection goes Corey Coe. Khan already beaten and battered. Truck takes a little bit of a hit. Let's take a look and see who was up front when the initial contact was made. It looks like it might have been the 61 of DJ Mitzel, who got a little loose there in the corner. Taking a look at it. Tim Williams loose. There you see right there. So Williams actually gets loose, then sends Mitzel up. Marasco drives up, gets Taylor, and that is where the caution ensues. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Currently still working off triple screen, so I've not done that ever in my life, so something a little new to figure out. I'll tell you guys that up front. And that was a huge wreck, unfortunately, costing a lot of guys some time there. DJ Mitzel managing to get away from it cleanly, though. And unfortunately, though, for guys like Michael Taylor, they're not going to exactly get out of this one unscathed. Yeah, it looks like a blown motor on that 98. He's just going to be able to limp it into pit road. He does have an instant repair, though, he can use. And let's just say he's going to need it. So it's Corey Coe. And the Big 9 Twitch machine will get out of there. He'll put the Mid-Atlantic Twitch 9 back on the track. So at least it'll be in one piece. The 98 of Michael Taylor will be throwing a lap down if he does not get back on the track here quickly. And it looks like he'll be able to get out of there in time, so he'll be okay, but he's going to be put a lap down, unfortunately. What a tough break there for the Big 98. Qualified so well, only just to see his run just completely get dethroned and thrown out the window just by one simple driver error on their end. Dennis Whitmer doing a great job. Dennis, thank you so much, sir. Or at least I'm presuming you're talking about us. You could be talking about one of the drivers down there, and I could just be trying to take all the credit. I don't mean to brag, and I don't mean to boast. And I know there's some hummus for these mini toasts, but I swear I do not try to take all the credibility. These drivers are usually the ones that do the talking. The only thing I do is just a vessel. Just the ones that are trying to create that energy they bring to a broadcaster announcer voice. That's why I usually have somebody beside me to help with me. Dennis saying, no, you are. Okay, thanks, Dennis. Selfield right now, currently after that huge wreck, going to have to start kind of diving back down, kind of chill, maybe getting things figured out a little bit quicker, sooner than later. But again, we saw how tough it is just to handle on tracks like these. Pocono, it was one of the toughest tracks they had to race on this entire season for the fact they had to learn how to draft and overshoot and overtake. Now they're having to figure that whole dilemma out again with 4 turns, because really this track is all about hanging the turn and hanging the corners without getting too loose and too tight at times. It's a divergent, tough little scenario to find yourself in, but only the best may be able to get around it. So right now, it looks like on this restart, we'll see the 17 of Derek Paulson keep the lead, the MMF Racing Designs from pit road. The 6 of Anthony Poston will keep the Monster Energy Java Juice machine in the 2nd spot. And then the 9 looks like of Corey Coe is still a lap down, so he's going to be kind of in a bad spot here. Nick Yaquier in the 15 is supposed to be 3rd, but I believe DJ Mitzel will be the man in that spot, although I'm thinking right now that's just our timing sheet's not going right. I think Corey Coe is on the lead lap, and DJ Mitzel is in 4th. I'm not sure who I saw back there in 5th. I'm trying to get a number on that one. Producers, help me out here. Oh, that's a 54 Christopher Tate. That sounds about right. And it looks like actually I have to correct myself. Christopher Tate is multiple laps down already. He's already 4 laps down for what I'm being told. So that is not going to help his cause or help his chances any. Restart zone coming up to the Fort Worth screen printing restart. We're going to file them back in single file. They did not get the laps they wanted in, so they're going to restart them. Single file, green flag back on out. Lap 6 of 100 now commences. Now the ultimate question is, can they get through turn 3 and 4? 1 and 2 was sketchy enough, but they managed to make it work. Can they get through 3 and 4? That seemed to be where the trouble was on those tires. 3 wide again off of turn 1 and 2. They're back at it once more. Looks like there might be some room. Extend there. I think you got a few guys looking for some real estate, looking for some property down there. I guess Brooklyn, Michigan is not big enough for the 3 of them, so they want more. Unfortunately, they're not going to get no more. And a little bit of trouble there for Corey Coe as Corey gets a little bit loose up to the outside onto the binders. And the 84, Len McNeese, now mixing his way into the field. Coe dropping back down to the 8. Looks like he is on lead lap, though. McNeese is right underneath them. Oh, it gets a little clip there by McNeese. And the 9 goes around off of turn number 2. We've got trouble. And once again, the dreaded cautions come back out and claims another. Looks like a couple drivers involved in that one. And once more, race fans, as always, it's time to take a look at the PTM Instant Replay. And, well, oh, okay, hold on a minute. So there's actually 2 number 9s on this track. No wonder why my brain's getting confused. Nick Acquier is actually out on the track here, folks. My bad there. So this is Nick Acquier, not Corey Coe. I need to apologize in advance there. They had the same truck. Looks like the old glitch graphic gremlins came on the attack. Oh, Tim Williams, man, what a hit. Oh my goodness. Michael Taylor getting crashed in there. Rainville gets a nudge in there. Oh my goodness. Well, Acquier had no chance. Once he got clipped in there, there was no way of getting out of that. We'll take it to the chopper cam. One more look at it. Watch this. Came right out of turn number 1. And you can see just that slight little bump. There was a contact made. There was, I thought, a little bit of glitch graphic gremlin issues in there. Ty Marasco, my word, I don't know how the heck that guy did not go flipping over, but the fact he kept that thing on all 4 wheels after that hit is impressive. And the field returns to pit road again, race fans. You know, the sad part is, though, is I have not seen these guys whatsoever this season have any issues, have any troubles, or be put into this predicament. And now, all of a sudden, literally everything just went that. It just completely flipped around, and it just completely changed out on these guys. I don't know what the heck the mindset is going right now and what everyone is thinking. But I'm going to be straight up as an announcer. I think these guys really may need to start backing down a little bit and calm down just a little bit more. I know this is kind of a play track deal. You got to stay in that drive. You got to stay in that position. But you still need to know where you're at as a driver. And you still need to remember, as a spotter, you've got to do your job and make sure these guys do not get too close to one another. We've already seen that happen, and multiple drivers wrecked out already. This is not looking good, in my opinion. Now, to clarify, that 9 you see up front, that is Corey Coe. To be completely for sure, that is the 9. Nicholas Acquier is also driving the 9 for clarification, but on our end, he would have been posted as, I believe, the 15, but the MF Racing Designs 9 over there is a bit damaged up, so I don't think we'll have him out for a little while, so that will at least clear up some of the confusion there. Normally on my old stuff I would not have this issue, but remember, being on satellite, there's not a whole lot I can do, race fans, so I apologize in advance. But, well, I mean, what else can I do? I have to work with what I'm being given. The producers were nice enough to even let me do this in the first place, so that's just all I can do here. But nevertheless, I'm hoping these drivers kind of learn from a little prep talk. Maybe we had to get old Rusty Wallace back out there and give these guys a little bit of a reality check, I guess you could say. If anybody remembers that talk from 1994 at Daytona. If you don't, I'd go look it up. Even though Daytona was a hard speed weeks to get through, I'd still say Rusty Wallace's speech was well said and well put. So, and if anybody is curious, it is actually something you can find on, I believe, the YouTube channel NASCAR Man. That's honestly a great guy to check him out. Sure, check it out, all his stuff there. He makes some amazing historical facts and everything that I don't think even NASCAR even knows about or even wants to talk about. So, just give him a watch. Tell him PTM Race TV sent you. Well, all said and done, though, race fans, we're getting ready to get back down to business, get back down on the track. It's time to see what goes down on the playing fields here at Michigan International Speedway in what is the Gander Outdoor Truck Series, soon to be Craftsman Truck Series. Yeah, I know I've already said it, but if you didn't hear it already and you haven't seen the news, we've got the old Craftsman Truck Series returning to 2023, and I can't wait for a little nostalgia on my end. And speaking of nostalgia, hopefully we get some good old nostalgic hard racing here because we needs it, we wants it. Lap 11 of 100 now commences. Can these guys keep their cool? Kind of think of it, I don't think we've only got one lap, and that was actually under green. 2 cautions so far, and there is trouble already. Looks like Michael Campbell, the 292, and that 13 score might have blown a motor. He is dead off speed and dead on arrival. He's not going anywhere, and he's going to be staying back to the pack. And again, there's more trouble. Again, the back straightaway, more trouble. Are you kidding me? Well, I guess joke's on the 72 as a joker 72 of Jeffrey Todd Tufts gets a little bit into it with a big 45 of Tim Williams. Well, before the Joker comes after me and gets me a little bit, I think we need to go take a look at the PT Mr. replay and see what exactly transpired here that caused this to happen. Look at the replay here coming down that back straightaway, and look at Todd Tufts. He just completely went into that turn, or down that straightaway, and it looked like he was already trying to make a pass in the 45, but I don't know if that was really just a bonehead move by the spotter, or literally Tufts didn't know where the heck he was, but that was not a good call, and that was not a move to do. One more look at it. Yeah, right there, you can see Williams has the run. Todd, I'm trying to figure out if Todd literally just threw the block, or if he was thinking he had run there to get around, to get back on that spot where the 45 was coming for. I don't even know what the heck to think of that, much less how that even happens. Well, I guess while I try to process everything, we're going back to caution. We'll be under yellow flag once again. Ryan Rainville, though, he'll stay on out in the 60. So the field will strike themselves back in, and it looks like the 9 of Corey Coe will stay as your race leader. So Coe, and that is for sure Corey Coe, just for the record. Yeah, Nicholas Akier is in the MF Racing Designs. That's the best way to tell. Also, there's a Chevy and a Ford. Corey's in the Chevy. Akier's in the Ford. I think we got that figured out here, guys. So Brian Rainville, the 60 machine, looks like he'll stay out as well in the Toyota Tundra. Snap-on tools. Number 60, a very interesting little strategy to be thrown at here. I mean, again, though, race fans, I'm just trying to figure out what the heck is going through these guys' minds or what is working right on the communications. I'm still trying to figure out if there is a radio communication issue or if there is something that we are not being told down there, because these guys are not up to Pit Stall Summer Series standards by a minute or a mile here. I'm telling you, this is not what you usually expect. This is not what we usually see. And now all of a sudden, there's guys that shouldn't even be laps down. Some of the toughest and the heaviest hitters on this circuit are right now in a deep trouble end spot. Hopefully, though, these guys now have got another prep talk and kind of got it through their heads. They need to focus and they need to communicate. The way we're going right now, I'm thinking, honestly, I'm watching a Newfoundland race here back at the other tracks. Okay, maybe not that. Okay, maybe not that aggressive, but no offense to our Newfoundland folks. We love you guys, but I will say they are some aggressive bunches. I tell you that much right now. You got to see it to believe it, but it is an awesome show there when they do it. Closest I can compare it to is literally a night at Bowman Gray Stadium. Well, hopefully we have calmed down a little bit. Hopefully we're going to get back up to stuff, back up to speeds. Race fans, green is back out. 15 of 100 now commenced in. Let's see if they can get this going here. They'll work their way off through the corners here down in turn number 2. Rainville is going to go for the lead. Corey Coe trying to stay out of trouble here. And the 54 of Christopher Tate laps down. He is not having it in that DF racing machine. He wants his laps back. I not only think that, I think he really is just trying to push some limits here. He's going to go full bore down the bottom, and now look at this. 3 wide on the front straightaway yet again. Derek Paulson, crisscross applesauce in the 9 of Corey Coe, right into the lead, right for the lead. Brian Rainville, though, has the lead for the brief moment. Here comes the MF Racing Designs F-150. Oh, just like that, things get a little bit crossed up. And look, now the draft now finally starting to come into play. These guys trying to get the overtakes and the overshoots up as quick as possible. That's what they've been trying to do, but so many guys have just made too many bad errors. Now it looks like they might be finally starting to figure it out. Popping up on the outside. We've got 2 green flag laps in. That is most improving. And that's honestly very nice to see, if you know what I mean here. Down to the front straightaway here, though. Rainville will be able to stay aligned with the 54. Christopher Tate, he is 2 laps down. He wants both his laps back, but Rainville is getting kind of tired of being behind him. He knows there's drivers behind him looking for speed, looking for the run. Rainville to the inside, now looking to overtake the 54. Tate going to get thrown back a lap down as that 17 of Olsen comes for him. And Rainville driving it right up there across the 54's nose. Nearly clips him right off the edge of turn number 2. And holds on, though. Or turn 4. Nose dived it off turn number 4. Manages to keep himself under control. Corey Coe in the 9 trying to swing by him now. Battle for the race lead again. Drag race off into turn 2. This time into the back straightaway. Who's going to get the draft lined up first? Khan's behind all of them. He's not having with anybody today. That rattlesnake, I swear, you can't even squish that snake if you even put a lead foot 12-inch boot on that thing. You cannot remove the rattlesnake from Pizza Race TV, and you can't remove him from literally any track for that matter, going for a lead. But it is Paulson and Rainville and Co. right now that will not let him by. They say you may slither in other areas, but you don't slither in Brooklyn, Michigan, my friend. And caught a little bit tight off of turn 2. You see him get kind of loose there as he had to back off. A little bit of a wet-dry reaction off the turn. Damage on the left side of that truck that could come into factor later. Rainville, though, moving the chain, still looking for a speed boost on the 54. Right now, Tate doesn't care. He just wants his lap back. Hey, look at this now. Anthony Poston now posting it through. These guys cannot make up their minds on who wants what and who wants where. We have a new leader. Anthony Poston. Post up the number. And Con down the outside. My word, literally just about, what was it, 3 minutes ago, I was just literally saying, what the heck are these guys doing? Not trying to figure out how to calm down a bit. Now they can't calm down even more, but they're literally sweeping it off and swapping for the lead. Tay gets a big boost there from the 21. Con nudging the rear end, trying to get it moving. Posting back to the bottom and now takes back his lead. We've got 80 laps remaining in this one now. The 9 of Corey Coe got company to your inside door panel, my friend, and it's a big 60 right beside you. Brian Rainville looking to whip it and sweep off the front. He'll stay in the draft on the 21 and the 6. We're on board with the big 60. Oh, and a big hit by Anthony Post that sends the 21 and the 54 around, and we've got a caution again. Oh, my word. You know, I kind of have myself to blame for this because I literally just said a minute ago that they were finally starting to get something figured out. Or at least I emphasized it. And now, we're back to square one, race fans. We didn't even really get to see all that happen there, so here's a look at that PT Mr. replay. Look at this. This is just what hard racing can do to you sometimes. Con got the 54 of Tate again. Poston drives to the inside, and it's Poston that literally just nosed it right into Con. Con had nowhere to go. I'm not sure what the heck is going on right now with that 54 and Con, but apparently those two do not like each other very much. I don't think we'll be seeing any. I don't think we're going to be seeing any Halloween invites for the Halloween party whenever these guys start to sell a fall series. Look at this. Oh, that was a good hit by Con. I would have just said Rubbins raced it, but then Poston decided, well, if that's the case, then don't mind if I do. And he just kind of intervened himself into the party there. I would have said that was a sausage fest, but instead I think we found ourselves in an exhaustive fest. Oh my goodness. Well, right now Tate will get a spot back. He'll get a lap back. He'll only be one lap down. Akiara is going to get his lap back. Meanwhile, the rest of your field is going to now revert back off of pit road here. Anthony Poston will be late to the party as the rest of your field comes off of pit road. And Con actually able to outdo him and a few of the other guys. So right now, I believe DJ Mitchell will take the lead. No, never mind that. Actually, I think the 17 of Derek Paulson is going to take the lead. I was going to say the 61 is going to be taking the lead over because it looks like he's the one that got out first. But on the actual end now, we can see it is the 17 MF Racing Designs of Derek Paulson. He will be out. I am not sure if Ty Marasco is on a lead lap. I want to say he is. So it looks... It's kind of hard to really tell and judge who is going to take the race lead away. I think Marasco is going to be the guy, or I don't think Michael Campbell is a lap down. So Marasco is not a lap down, so we can confirm that. I think we're just going to have to see who gets the spot when we get across the finish line here. Again, I'm sorry, I'm working what I can here, guys. I don't have my timing sheets. Okay, now we can confirm there. You see the timing sheets have confirmed, and Ty Marasco is now going to be your race leader. So the man that literally got thrown for a loop earlier now finds himself in a bit of payback and some redemption. Pace car off a turn 4 this time around, and now let's see what happens here. Through corner number 4, green is out. Marasco loose off the start, tire spin, and almost sends him for a spin. Gets it fired off though and cleaned out. You can see the 17 of Paulson kind of trying to nudge his way through, and Mitzel's going to have his company then. Down across the edges here, Paulson is going to move the chains up. He'll stay towards on the outside. Field in a fever pitch run right now, staying close to the heart, staying close to the chest. They're going to be really close together though off that turn 2. And yet again down that back straightaway, we're going to see everybody kind of mix matching it up a little bit. We'll see if they can hang on this time with 75 laps remaining. This is where things just get a little bit too complicated, a little bit too hard on their edges and on their tracks. They know what to. They've got to be careful about that. They cannot keep making simple mistakes here. They've got to really see what they do. Poston in the 6th right now, trying to make a move off on the corners and off into the distance here. Everybody looking for the real estate, looking for the drive as well. Some guys just trying to survive at all of it at this point. Michael Taylor in that number 98, I'll tell you right now, he is one of them. He literally got sent to the moon, sent to the rockets, and sent out of bounds, and now he's just trying to get in there. Coming off the edge, Nicolas Acquier and him, a lap down is Acquier. He's going to try to get out of the way there of the 98, but I don't think he really cares at this point. I think he just wants to try to get up as much spots as he can. Derek Paulson crisscrossing up with Ty Marasco back down on to the back straightaway here. The chopper cam is engaged. And Marasco trying to pull the same move Boaston put over earlier, looking for the move off the inside, but it is Khan who defends his line. Swinging it back to the inside now. Marasco has got nowhere to go. Oh, Morosco P. Coltrane trying to stick with it, trying to stay in that moment. But you can see the 60 of Rainville now moving the chains. Brian Rainville, I don't know what kind of Lord of Speed he's been praying to, but he's figured something out until the caution comes. What on earth happened now? Well, I got Akier right now currently somewhere else in the Shadow Realm, so I'm presuming this is on him. And I would probably be right. The producers have said I am correct. Let's take a look at it. Came off of turn number 2 and got into the wall, then takes Todd Tuss with him, but Todd managing to get him out of there, and Akier, right into the wall protection, just slams that thing in. And he had nowhere to go. It really, once he got trapped up, once he got loose off turn 2, there was just no room for him. He was lost. Take a look at the onboard camera here as he was going around to that corner. We're not even halfway done. I think we're at our 4th or 5th caution today. Once that rear end gave and that car gave, or truck gave, it was game over. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I really don't know what to tell you, race fans. I really am trying to keep the mood up. I'm trying to keep the positive vibes going, but there's just some things I cannot stay chill with. I can't stay cool with, and this is one of them, unfortunately. You just expect so much out of these guys. You expect so much better, and I really don't know what to say, guys. Now, granted, I can't be too negative. We are not done. We're nowhere near done. We still have time. We still have plenty of time. So it looks like now, as we bring it back to the track here, it looks like the old Rattlesnake is not exactly having it with him anymore. He's saying, all right, I'm done with this. I'm going to the front. He will not go into pit road. The Rattlesnake will go to the top spot, and he will be right in the mix. He'll have time. Morosco P. Coltrane will have his hands full and have his hands in quite a spell, if you will. He's going to need to figure something out, and he's going to need to figure it out quickly. Now, race fans as well, if you did not hear, we also have a brand new car coming to the lineup. We've already been told we have a brand new free track for a road course on iRacing here, which I'm not for sure how all of it will be and how it all do, but I'm very, very curious to see how it goes and how it plays out. But one thing also that is going to be playing out and definitely interesting to see is this brand new Porsche we are receiving. But it's not just any Porsche, it's the very first electronic vehicle in iRacing. Yeah, electric car. I have no idea how to feel about that, and I'm still not really sure, but it is cool to know we've got that now into the mix. So very good on iRacing to at least add something cool and different. But I think, like most of us, I think we all can agree there's one thing I would like, and I think we all would like too at some point, is to see, a box Chevrolet street stock and dirt stock. Just saying, iRacing, we'd like it, if you know what we mean. But my personal bias aside, that's just kind of how I'm feeling about all this. I think we're ready to get back down to business, though, and really get settled in and settled up for the score. We still have so much going on in the playing field. We have so much at stake. Double filed back in proper working order and position. But can these drivers keep their cool and keep momentum where it needs to be? Back to the green flag we go. We'll see how Khan now handles this as he gets off the start. He will be your new leader. We are green, green, green. Still not halfway done with this one yet. Entering through to turn number 2. And Paulson takes a spot back to Rainville. Rainville and Khan now moving the chains down the back straightaway they go. We'll see if Rainville is able to start, bring a Cinderella story back to life. Rainville has yet to win, and Khan has, but Khan is on kind of a plate track-esque track. He should know how to push with the best of them. He should know how to run with the best of them here, but it looks like he's even getting tested here. Rainville coming up on the outside. Khan moving down to the inside. Both drivers in a heated mix. One wants the real estate. One wants the piece of state. Four drivers right now, excuse me, are down laps here. John Garrett had left the building early. Akier down 22 laps for Tim Williams. He's out. And Christopher Tate currently down 2 laps, still in the running, has a chance, but he needs a lot of help. And Nicholas Akier, 3 laps down. He's definitely in a bit of a pickle, to say the least. The Rattlesnake now, mixing it up to the 60 of Ryan Rainville, as he's right now looking at the clouds and thinking, please, for the life of me, don't let the rain come down. And the 17 of Derek Paulson kind of crisping him up here, ready to reel him back in. We're on board with the 17. Khan and Paulson right now looking to work together and get something dueled in. DJ Mitzel also making a bit of a roundup for it here. He is building some speed and building up momentum. Every driver for themselves as they come dead even off of the middle stretch here. DJ Mitzel right now is trying to stay in control, but he's got even company coming from his end. Jeffrey Todd Zuffs, the Joker Mobile, is now moving its way ahead. Todd showing some life here. Earlier on had made a few hiccups and a few mistakes, but it looks like that's beyond him and behind him now. He doesn't seem to care. He's going for broke. Where the heck did the speed come from the Toddster? Todd Tufts all of a sudden putting up a run here. My goodness, race fans. Fresh tires and some fresh work, and now he is making everybody think about this. Todd Tufts literally now back on the back bumper here of Robert Kahn. That has got to be an absolute stunner there. Kahn, I don't even think was expecting him to come through like this. Todd needs to gain control and start to get closer to that spot if he can. This might be the first time we see him take the race lead away. He's making a move for it, making a charge. Gets a good ride off out of turn number 2 here and makes a good speed out. Todd Tufts now moving on the outside. Look at the 72. Just work the field and work the speeds. Where the heck did this come from? The 60 of Brainville may not even know what's behind him. I don't even think he understands what's going on. I think he just is literally envious. He's envious to everything right now. Todd back on the bottom now, looking for the opening, looking for a speed boost ahead. Rainville is currently stuck in the mix of it. And it looks like Todd may have actually gotten slowed down just a little bit. He's trying to get back on that draft, though, and he is sticking with that 60. Oh, he's got a lot of speed coming here. Look at this. Off the front straightaway. Now has an opening. He can overtake here if he can get a drive into turn 1. He's going for the bottom, going for the drive. The 60 goes top. Todd to the bottom, and the Joker 72 surprises the world. Todd has now taken the lead from Rainville. Rainville, though, able to back up the draft and side-by-side drag race it off the back straight. Off the back straight, now entering 3. Down for corner 4, and Todd Tufts has gained the lead. We have a new leader. And how else, and how the heck has this happened in just a blink of a race? We've had, I think, like 8 or 9 lead changes just from the positions of drivers. We've seen Con lead, we've seen Rainville, we've seen Paulson, we've seen Tate. We even saw a little Todd Tufts sighting all of a sudden. Tim Williams was up there, Marasco was up there, and Corey Coe was up there. And now literally this, and even DJ Mitchell, I can't discount him. He literally was in that mix too. Oh, and speaking of in that mix too, Len McNeese into the wall off turn number 2, the back stretch, and the Western Auto 84 slam is the walk protection in the back half. Gets it in there, but he's able to stabilize and get himself wrapped off. And I don't know how the heck that 84 literally slammed the wall like that, but I am very curious to know. Let's go to the P10 minutes replay as he heads to pit road. That was a huge hit there for the 84. Came off turn number 2, and you can see even Anthony Poston gets it in there, and then McNeese just no room for error, slams the wall protection, and takes a huge, huge hit. The rest of your field right now still on lead ends and lead spots. Christopher Tate, though, I gotta believe right now, probably not a happy camper after everything he's been through today. He was bumped, he was rubbed, he was nudged, he was dumped, and now next thing you know, he's literally just laps down. Like, for a guy of his speed and his run, that's not something you would expect. Speaking of something I just wouldn't expect, I'm trying to figure out how the heck Todd Tufts went from being not like the guy that a lot of drivers were kind of just getting around on the back halves, but all of a sudden literally now figuring out how to dive this thing in and get the speeds going. This is impressive by him by any means. We know he's got speed and we know he can do it. We've seen it do him before. But I'm just still trying to figure out, like, why now and how the heck is he able to just get it now all of a sudden? Definitely interesting workaround and turn of events here, to say the least. Todd Tufts right now, literally a full second ahead of Robert Kahn. Kahn right now probably scratching his head, just trying to figure out where the heck did that speed come from, and what do I have to do to kind of bottle that up and use it. The 17, Derek Paulson right now staying right behind him and staying in that run. Derek Paulson right now staying in true to his word, true to his speed, though. He's sticking right there with the 21. Again, these two have gone to war with each other before. They know how to kind of handle each other quite well. Paulson right now looking to stabilize the truck down, keep himself under control and under wraps. Kahn up ahead of him, staying in with him as well. Still not quite halfway done with this race yet, and honestly, I'm kind of surprised by that. Honestly, we were in a fever pitch of speed and control and just absolute chaos a while back. Now things finally, and I mean finally, have tamed down, and I think a lot of guys have kind of figured out they can't quite go that hard. They can't really do all that crazy stuff that they were doing earlier. Gorico right now packing it back behind in the 13-time Morosco right up ahead of him. Morosco literally trying to stay in control and stay right there with him. Gone now, finally starting to creep up onto the back half of Todd Tufts here. It looks like old Tufts may be in a bit of a trouble spot here. The draft has kind of gotten the better of him, and Paulson knows it too. Halfway down in this race, look at Todd though. Throws the block to the bottom at Khan. Sneakily waking us up the speed. Todd Tufts trying to stick with it, but not there. Alpha turn 2. And now the Rattlesnake gets the lead. I think Todd might have overused those tires just a bit there. We've seen him do it before where he'll just overshoot and overtake way too much and way too hard. Takes himself out of the proportions, takes himself out of the race just by doing that, and even Derek Paulson knows that well halfway through this one. So Paulson and Connor right now are going to kind of stay low, way back for a while. They'll have Todd Tufts kind of laying in there. Michael Taylor, as well as a few of the other guys here, just kind of stretched out a bit. DJ Mitzel just up in the air and in through the field. .48 laps remaining right now in the field, currently just working their way around the track here. Derek Paulson actually taking the lead away here from Robert Kahn all of a sudden. Paulson right now, again, he's been in victory lane quite some time, quite a few places, but, you know, he hasn't quite been to victory lane in a bit, hasn't quite been able to stake in there. And pit road now entering in here. Looks like the drivers now have to head for pit road, so let's see how long this one works out for him, how well it goes, but it is Todd Tufts who now gains the lead. So Todd Tuff's taking the full blunt of the lead away. Michael E. Campbell right now, the only other guy that's even in remotely the spot. He is currently holding the second place position, trying to stick with a little bit of Todd Tuff's. But at this point, I'm honestly kind of surprised to say this after so long, but Todd Tuff's has kind of dialed and locked this one in. Right now the field just kind of working their way through the tracks here. Everyone just trying to get the speeds back up on the wraps, back under control. Not a lot of breathing room, not a lot of ways to get around. Mainly it just boils down to who can survive, when, and where. That's all you can do at this point. Can't get around it and can't get out of it. Area, a lot of room really for him. He's been trying to figure out where it's going, where it's going to be playing out to. Len's not one of those guys that makes mistakes like this. Not the guys that you usually would see had to be thrown into the walls. But remember, he wrecked out a little earlier on. Got himself tangled into that spot. He got tangled up with some of the other guys. As now even Aki Aragon passed up by DJ Mitzel. Old Mitzel not making it easy for these guys right now. Matter of fact, he's in the top 5, and he is sticking with it. Todd Tuff's, though, yet to go to pit road, so expect his strategy to probably be pushed around a little bit. We'll have to see in just a minute if that is the case. Field still continuing to work their way around the track. We go to our little blimp cam here. As you can see, Derek Paulson up ahead. That is currently the mark that DJ Mitzel is currently working towards and working through. Trying to stick with the MF Racing Designs beast himself. Looking for the 4th slot. He's going for 4th. Now looking for the 3rd. You can see him right on target, right on the march. And now Paulson might have a little bit of company coming his way in a minute. Mitzel swings to the bottom in the Skull Classic. Oh, not quite as good as a little Marlboro Design Classic, I guess I could say. BMF Racing Designs, Derek Paulson's 17 Ford F-150 hangs on. The Chevy trying to get the better of him, though, and now will get the better of him. To the bottom goes Mitzel. And the Skull Classic now moves the chains. Manages to make his presence felt and his presence known. He'll take over for the 3rd slot. There we go. We got our mics fixed up there. Right now, currently up on the top side here. Number 6, Eddie Poston, gonna deal with a little bit of that 13 time Morosco. Morosco trying to Roscoe P. Coltrane this thing around as the 9 of Corey Coe tries to hang with it. A little bit of contact yet again, though. Anthony Poston, he is just not making friends today, is he? Doesn't seem to mind the fact at all, I guess, and that's just him. But nevertheless, Anthony Poston, once again, contact made with Corey Coe, and he's all trying to look for DJ Mitchell here in the race leader spot. Poston has now moved his way up ahead, and Corey Coe just falling further and further back. These guys cannot seem to leave each other alone. Ty Morosco moves into the 3rd spot. Poston go into the 4th. And let's see how long that lasts, and it continues on in this race. Nine of Poston right now still dealing with the added pressure from, or excuse me, the 6 of Poston still dealing with the added pressure that 9 of Corey Coe has given him. Looking to make a move off into the distance, into the travel zone. Every driver for themselves here. Todd Tufts here falling further back in the field than we expected. The 72 not quite where I think he was expecting to be or where he wanted to be after literally just surprising and shocking the field with his drive out to survive. He could not be stopped there for a little bit. Managing to make his way and rip around the track, passing everybody that came within his reach. Now currently falls under the pressure and falls under the run and the radar. He's currently trying to get back up to the front here with the slaps and with the laps and the drafts that he may be able to gain and contain. And caution now all of a sudden thrown out. Hold on just a minute here. Caution is out, and I think we might have a 60 out. Rainville seems to be done. Where did the caution come? It looks like Khan might be our driver right now that got that thrown out on him. Not sure what happened here, but let's take a look at Robert Kahn here. Kahn really loose off of turn number 3 and 4. It's a bit of a weird little problem there. Kahn usually doesn't make simple mistakes like that. That's a big mistake to say the least. I'm not even sure what the heck happened there. Well, here's another look at it. See what happened. Yeah, I don't even know, folks. I really don't know. I really couldn't even tell you what the heck happened there. I just know that Khan had lost control, which is not something usually you see out of the rattlesnake. It just kind of baffles me a little bit more that was kind of what happened there. Entering into pit road, though, drivers are now in full brigade, full charge. Let's see who gets out of this one clean and slated. Field now is going to be restructured, re-racked, restacked, and all that, race fans. We're just going to put him back with 31 laps to go here. I think this is our 5th or 6th caution. I really kind of lost track at this point. Field will be stretchered in and racked up. DJ Mitchell will be your new race leader here. 61 Skull Classic. Will have his hands full, though, with the old 17 Derek Paulson. Ready to whip it around and rack him up with him a little bit. Past halfway and nearing the end of this race. Parking them off of turn number 3 and 4 this time on by. We got about 31 laps left to go. We'll kick them off to the distance, off into the sunset. Skies will start to clear down, and it may cool the track off just a little bit. We'll see what happens. Green back out. DJ Mitchell will have the run. Or does he? Because that 17 Derek Paulson just literally left him high and dry. The MF Racing Design 17 Ford F-150 takes the lead, while the Silverado Chevrolet puts it back to the bottom. Both guys now mixing it close together. Everybody looking for position, looking for speed. Ty Marasco in the 13 right behind both of them, looking for openings. Here comes Tufts, though. Tufts has literally been bad fast all day, and now he is already kicking up some notches, kicking some speed up, and Marasco giving the 61 a little nudge. Poston backs off, 3 wide off 4. Almost a 4 wide salute there. That could have been something here, race fans. They kept it clear, though. The Michigan crowd loves what they see. I don't blame them. I'd love to see it, too. Not on board here with Todd Tufts. You can see him just working the throttle, working the turn, working the accelerator. Just trying to incinerate the rest of the field, make sure they work under his behalf. Parking him back around the track right now. The 72, Jeffrey Todd Tufts now keeping his distance, keeping his speed alive. Seemingly nobody letting off. Jeffrey Todd's now coming back up there between the field, between the crew. 26 remain, and it is Derek Paulson who's holding down second spot. Corey Coe holds the lead. This field of drivers, man, they've just been through everything and then some. It just seems like constantly nobody's been able to get an advantage, get out of this mess quicker than the other. Len McNeese, now look at this. The 84 Western Auto Group has now found his mark and found his way back with this set of guys. Could he possibly be able to pull a sneaker on these drivers? Even Michael Taylor kind of kicking up some speed. The 98's right with them. This is what it's all about. We've got a battle here, folks. By the way, Christopher Tate only a lap down. He can get ahead here of Mitzel. He'll get his lap back. Remember the last time, though, that happened? Got crossed up a little bit and found himself into a bit of a shallow round pick. Corey Coe right now there on the back of that bumper here, the 54, just kind of giving him a little bit of an idea of what he's up to, what he wants to do, and trying to make sure he stays with it. But it is still anybody's game plan, anybody's stretch of road here. Todd Thompson, 72, now coming right back through the field here. The 98 of Michael Taylor all of a sudden now has mixed in with the group. Ladies and gentlemen, the Menards 98, welcome to the party, Mr. Taylor. Flip-flopping around here off of turn number 4. Todd's trying, and I mean desperately looking for the lead. Michael Taylor down to the bottom end here. Coe right on the top. Taylor crossed up the Todd Tufts, the toughest of toughs. Can't quite keep down Taylor. The Menards 98 Jack Link's beef jerky machine has now found his way into the fold. He just needs a drive off. Looks like he's going to try to work with the 54 Christopher Tate, forcing Corey Coe to stay to the top side, burn up some momentum. And now the 98 top side back down. Coe looks like he may be in a bit of a pickle here. .22 laps left to go here. Taylor is right behind Coe, trying to stink it right in between, looking for a momentous boost. Coe, though, throwing back to the bottom. And now the 54 of Tate back a lap down. Not what he wants to see. He needs help, and he needs it now. He wants to try to get this lap back, and he wants to desperately find something to help him get this one back in his pocket. Remember, he was your fastest qualifier and then literally got caught up in the wrecks earlier. Just trying to find any kind of leg up or any kind of extra speed. Make matters even worse, Todd Tufts found his speed really late now. Looks like he may be starting to slow up just a little bit. Michael Taylor is just a half a second ahead behind Coe, looking for him, while Paulson makes his bid back into the third slot. Such an impressive performance by everybody involved, and nobody just laying down any speed here. Paulson, man, there's just one thing you can't do with him is count him out whatsoever. You just cannot give him a break when it comes to that momentous boost. Corey Coe, though, I think if there was ever a track he really wanted to win on, I think it might be this one. He seemed to have figured everything out late and get it figured out now, but can he last out against Michael Taylor? Mitchell getting right around there in the corners. You saw 61 pass on by. Taking full control of this race yet again here. Just can't seem to let go of it, but Coe is certainly just a lap ahead of him until then. Does get his lap back, but again, will that be able to continue through as Taylor will get his lead? But for 9 of Coe, he's going to pit row for what really should be, and I think will be the very last time. Michael Taylor's got a tough decision to make. Stay in the throttle and jam it as fast as you can to get to pit road in 3 and 4. Or just try to last out a few more laps and get enough fuel to get by this race. How does he take it? How will he go with it? Tate, though, coming right into the mix there with Marasco going to the bottom, looking for the 3 wide. And another 3 wide in between. Paulson trying to get his lap back. Taylor stuck in the mix of it. I don't know if he was going to go for pit road or not, but he's not going this time. I'll tell you that one. 14 laps remain. And you can just see the pure aggression these guys got now, having to get through the field, get packed through the back here, just trying to get the lead lap back, and also maybe somehow, some way, have a somewhat of a chance, if at all. Question is, if he gets into pit road, will he be able to move it through and be okay from there? Tate's still staying out, hasn't gone in yet, neither has Taylor. This is a very wild little strategy here, and I don't know if I'm going to agree with it. With 12 laps now remaining in this race, Corey Coe still down and still down behind the pack here with 11 now to go, I should say. Michael Taylor has taken full control of this race and looking to finish it on a high note here. He's got nothing left to lose. He just needs to really stay focused and remember when pit road comes, it's going to come. And the 292, Michael E. Campbell is waiting on him as well. Hard to say who is going to get the advantage of this. Jeffrey Todd Tufts here in the 72. Definitely, if he can finish this out, will be his career best finish here. Has not had a podium yet. What a big win this would be, though, for him, really, and his team to be able to know they got a podium and we're literally in the race lead after a mounting charge earlier on here at a track like Michigan. That's not an easy task to do, and it's not an easy feat. He very much well knows that. He's just hoping it'll hang on, but I think Taylor right now is literally just driving on fumes at this point, to be honest with you guys. I don't even think he has enough left in the tank. Well, after DJ Mitchell also kind of got his lap back, he also kind of found himself stuck in between with a little bit of a shootout here between him and Derek Paulson and Ty Marasco. Marasco looking to go back and forth right now with Mitchell as he looks to push him around Paulson. Coming down off the ends here with 8 laps remaining. We're just a little bit closer to the end zone. Absolutely crazy, crazy day of racing. From the first half being nothing but just a yellow flag fiasco to finally getting some lead changes, some racing done, to now this. And honestly, if it wasn't just for the amount of lead changes, I would have said this race has been kind of crazier as can be, but it has not been that way. Michael Taylor has been there so many times, been so close before, but can he just get this fuel run to last out? He's got to be stretching a little bit here, considering everything he's done and considering how far he's gone in this race. And he knows Michael Campbell is literally just a mounting charge away from coming up to him. You can just feel the pressure in the atmosphere, the tension with the knife. It's all there. It's all close together. Michael right now has gone to pit road. Michael Taylor will have to end his day out. Campbell now the last remaining of the bunch. If he goes in, Todd Tufts has got this one wrapped up. This is now going to boil down to a matter of drive to survive. Can Campbell hang on? And it's not going to be enough either. Todd Tufts is going to get his golden opportunity. Everybody heads to pit road. Michael Taylor and Michael E. Campbell gave in and they had nothing left for him. Todd, the 72, will take the lead away. Somehow, some way, literally, after so much driving and lots of races just completely gone to the wire, Todd Tufts in the 72's got the lead with just a couple laps remaining, and Derek Paulson and Ty Morosco are literally in a desperate struggle just trying to lap up and try to catch to him. Two laps remaining. I don't even know if there's enough time left. To be honest with you guys, I don't think there is. They've been here before. They know what it's like, and this is the biggest opportunity right now. But look at this. Paulson actually did find some momentum. And Todd Tufts, he's slowing down quite a bit. Troubles for 72. Here comes Paulson. We've got a white flag coming out. Paulson finally gets the drive off, and now it's 17 that takes the lead. Morosco, the last remaining fighter in this one. If he can somehow, some way clean it to Paulson, he's going for broke here. He knows he's got something there. 3 lead changes in just a matter of literally under 5 laps, and Morosco looking to make it 4, but I don't think he's gonna get enough time. Through 3 into turn number 4, once again, Derek Paulson, the MF Racing Designs F-150 brings it to victory lane. Derek Paulson is your winner at Michigan. Unbelievable. I don't know how. I don't even understand. Nor do I really even think we can fully understand just how crazy this stuff can go. But you literally just seen it now. Derek Paulson scratches by and escapes with the win. How about it, race fans? Can you even deny it? Can you even give him anything less than just a great performance done? Ty Morosco put up a fight to the end. It just did not work out, but nevertheless, a great showing from him and the crew. Time to talk from our crew here right now. Let's listen in here. It is the number 61 of DJ Mitzel. Join me in here in your third place finisher. Mitzel, congratulations on that third place finish, and I believe it's your only your second or third podium of the season, or even first. I can't really remember because it's been that time, but DJ, you literally just came out swinging today, my friend.
Yeah, I wasn't going to be as fast as Derek. I kind of knew that, but I just wanted to stay as far up front as I could. And at the end there, I thought I messed up there. I didn't take tires on that last caution. I was afraid there was going to be another caution, and uh, it worked out. I maybe pit a couple laps too early. So Derek and Ty had a little bit better tires, but yeah, it was fun. I haven't had a whole lot of luck in this league. Had gotten to a lot of incidents here, so it was fun running up front.
Fun running up front. Fun, good to see you back in that spot. Mitzel, if there was a couple more laps, maybe you had time to work around. Do you think you had enough fuel to maybe kind of make these guys sweat a little bit more?
I don't know. I mean, I think my strategy was probably as good as I could go. I didn't have anything for Derek tonight for sure.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, though, I know this was a huge race get and a huge position fill for you in this crew. So, as you come away today with a third place finish, who do you want to thank for that?
I just want to thank Tim and Pitstall, Dave up in the booth all the time. Uh, Honestly, not just all the drivers in the league. It's fun driving with these guys. Thank you for broadcasting. Also, it's a fun league. So, yeah,
It is indeed for sure. Mitzel, congratulations on a third place finish, sir. Well deserved.
thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Skull Classic 61, DJ Mitzel pops away with this one as we now take it down to our second place finisher today. Ty Marasco in the 13 now joins me. And Ty, oh my goodness, folks, man, you had absolutely poured on the accelerator, but it wasn't enough to catch Paulson in this one.
Oh no, that 17 truck was fast. Yeah, he's my teammate, so I really wanted to beat him. Always trying to beat my teammates and show out. But also a home track for me, so I always like to go out and finish well at Michigan. And what's what we did. We had a rough beginning of the race. I mean, obviously you guys saw. I mean, I was involved in 2 wrecks, but we were able to come back out and finish second. So I can't be pissed about that. Obviously, congrats to Derek. He drove a hell of a race. So
Drove a hell of a race indeed, but you did quite the same too, my friend. I mean, you gave so much effort, so much heart, and so much soul. I mean, is there really anything you think you could have done differently just to take him down?
no, he was just that fast. I tried to pit a lap before him, which I did, and he was better at saving tires towards the run than I was, and I really burned him up when I was trying to catch him again, and I was catching him a little bit with 5 to go, but then then I just burned him up trying to catch him, and he pulled away towards the end. But we'll take it. We had a fast number 13 Chevrolet, so I can't be mad about that.
Certainly not indeed. Well, nevertheless, though, as his big 13 comes away in the second slot, who do you want to thank her for that one?
MF Racing Designs. You don't have him on the car, but he's my typical sponsor, and he sponsors Derek as well, and obviously you can see with his car. But great sponsor, great paints. Check him out on Facebook. See all the paints he's done. He might even do one for you. So want to thank him and thank you guys in the booth, and obviously Derek. Another good win for him, and it looks like he's going to solidify the championship lead with that win. So congrats to him for sure.
For sure there. All right, well, Marasco, nevertheless, congratulations on a second place finish today. We cannot wait to see you back here on the podiums and on the talk, sir.
Yeah, I can't wait. Hopefully we can get back there next week.
For sure there. Ladies and gentlemen, second place finisher today, Ty Marasco. And the man that takes the victory away from them all, Derek Paulson, the big 17 in that second lap pass off of Tufts in turn 3 to turn 4. I got to believe that was probably the most satisfying feeling, knowing your strategy paid off.
Yeah, we didn't think they would make fuel, and I really wasn't too concerned for how fast I was catching, so kind of the feeling we get ahead of them, but yeah, not taking tires with 3 to go, and some guys did. We didn't know if that would backfire or not, and fortunately, that strategy, taking tires with 17 to go, panned out for us.
It certainly did pan out as well. Paulson, I know you've been in victory lane a couple times so far, but I mean, what does this one mean to you for how long and how drawn out this thing got for you at the end?
Well, this wasn't your typical, pit stall race. Usually we don't have that many cautions. I think all the guys are getting frustrated there at the beginning of the race. All the trucks were fast. Setup was tied to the track pretty good. So everyone kind of had the same speed. So it like you said, we figured this race wouldn't take that long. Figured we'd stay green, but with all the cautions, it kind of got drawn out. But yeah, anytime I can get a win in here against these guys, because there's a lot of good racers in here, I'll take it.
Take it indeed. And at the end, who do you want to thank you for all this one, Paulson?
I gotta thank you up at the booth. I gotta thank Tim and all the admins over at the pit stall, and Dave up in race control. I gotta thank the guys who showed up tonight. Not quite as many as we usually have, but it was nice to see familiar faces again out there, and it's always great racing with them. And I gotta thank MFRD and Michael Falk Racing Designs. I gotta thank MFRD Racing with Ty getting second, and Nick had a little trouble out there, but it was always good to get him out on track with us as well. So.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, Paulson, thanks so much for your time here today, bud. Congratulations on this race win.
Yep, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Big 17 is your race winner today, and the Pit Stall Summer Series, with only having 2 more races left, has evened the playing fields out. With that said, though, race fans, I'm signing off for the night. Thanks so much for tuning in here at Michigan National Speedway. We love and appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for everything. We'll see you next time when the green flag flies.